Okay, so someone's seen you consistently, you've been everywhere, you've seen everything that they're up to, you know them enough already to do a pitch, you've had a conversation maybe already, they're willing to listen. You now need to make your pitch irresistible. Now, have a look at every single digital agency pitch you've ever seen. Maybe it's ones that you've beaten in previous pitches, or maybe it's ones that you've seen in other agencies that you've worked at. But they more or less all look the same. They more or less do, because you're selling the same service every single time. Now, the key things that you can do here are make the pitch as short as possible, hyper relevant to the things they've talked to you about personally or in their onboarding forms. Make it as tailored as possible, and then believable. Believable is incredibly important. You shouldn't be putting in there, in 6 months' time we will see some results. In 6 months' time you will see what results? Or these measures are the things that we will look for that will provide a leading indicator of future success. They want to know that their money that is spent on an invisible thing, a service, is suitable for them to spend all that money on and expect some kind of return on their investment. Now, if any agencies promise anything, as you know, hopefully, then they better be willing to back it up. But if you promise something, be sure you can deliver it. Now, when you do the believability part of your pitch, you need to make sure that you're very confident around how believable that is. It's got to be friendly. It's got to be believable. You've got to be a human being when you're pitching something. If it seems like you've just walked out one pitch into another and just changed the logo on a slide deck, the client, prospective client at least, will know that. You're going to get questions in your pitch. Oftentimes they've been answered in the pitch. Just make sure that you tailor the response slightly differently to what's in the presentation. Don't go back in slides. If you go backwards a few slides and you start explaining something that was already in the slides, you're implying that they didn't listen. Now, you're telling someone something, or lots of people in a room something, which isn't necessarily what they do for a living, or they've heard 10 of these in a row and they all sounded very similar, so they switched off a little bit. If they ask questions which are in your pitch, you've not delivered it properly. Be prepared to answer anything in a polite way, but make it super, super relevant to them. Don't cut and paste. Make the pitch irresistible.